the hind legs are behind the horse. Okay, I don't see them, or only a little bit because the rear end is a little bit wider. Okay, but that means the horse is straight. I'm very happy when I see a straight horse. So this is a good halt without looking at the transition. Okay? How would you, now we're talking about the salute, how would you salute? Show me a little bit. Okay, not more than that. Okay, not. Let's check the weather. Is it raining? Very simple. You come in, you halt, you look, see whether if you see the judge. The requirement is that you take your reins in one hand. That you drop your arm and just acknowledge that somebody there watching you. It has nothing to do with overall politeness and nothing. You can hate the guts of the judge. It doesn't make any difference. The requirement is that you take the reins in one hand. Okay? I strongly suggest if you ride with the whip, that you put the whip into the rein hand and do not salute with the whip. Believe me, you see it a lot. Okay? It's dumb. Your first impression just went down to the rein. But the horse said, whoop, and off they go. Not a smart move. Okay? But come in very workmanlike. That's very, very, very routine. Okay, now what say? You have to be careful. I can talk about this stuff forever, and you're going to be here this afternoon. Let's say she came in. What would you do? Stay there? No, correct. At least let the judge know that you feel that the horse is standing crooked. And you can say, oops, I've been that way. But you show that you feel it and that you can correct it. Yes, you can dig a little bit for the initial unbalanced halt, but the judge knows the rider has a good feel and she was able to correct it. And at the lower levels, that's still going to be very much rewarded. Plus that second band that's running when you always evaluate the collective marks on the side, I already have a higher opinion of the rider because that happens. We ride horses. The crooked halt can happen. But the rider is able to correct it. Okay, the rider knows what she's doing, or he's doing. I feel good about it. Instead of a rider coming in just splattering all over the place and trying to ignore the thing. So, review, this is important. First impression. You want to come in, sit up straight, look that judge in the eye and say, hello, I'm here, I'm showing you, I'm the hottest thing around, and I'm going to show you the best horse you've ever seen. That attitude. Not, I'm sorry, I'm here. My trainer made me do it. Okay? Even if it could be a wonderful horse, you already kind of gave it away. That you really do not have the confidence of really showing your horse. Because that's your responsibility. It's your responsibility as a rider to make the horse look good. It's not the horse's responsibility to make you look good. I know that's a big shock to some people. Okay? But your sole job is to make this horse look brilliant. And in the process of you making that horse look brilliant, you look good. And the best thing can happen to you if I'm sitting there judging, I'm only watching the horse and I don't pay attention to the rider whatsoever. Because that's what I want to see. I want to see this beautifully moving horse. Because that's what all the standards and requirements are written to evaluate the horse. If the rider does a good job, the horse will go beautifully, the rider will be a little out of focus. If I all of a sudden started focusing on the rider and take the horse a little bit out of focus, trouble in River City. Okay? Because now the rider is doing something that is disturbing the picture. So that's why it's so important and a little tough on the ego for some. Recognize that your job is to make the horse look good. And if you do your job right, then everything else comes out just fine. You're going to be very successful. We had an issue yesterday because we're doing it right now. She did a nice job. Medium walk versus free walk at the low levels. Okay? What do we see a lot in the medium walk? slow walk. People holding the horse back, trying to slow down. They even have some idea of collection already, which is not even in the ballpark yet. Okay? So the idea is right here. A nice, moderate connection, comfortable. Every horse walks a little bit differently. And just a nice, active 4-beat walk. Nothing constrained, nothing obstructive, not hanging in the horse's face. I can talk louder than you. No dental work. Okay? What I call it dental work. People hanging in the horse's mouth and trying to seesaw and trying to keep the neck round in the walk, and the horse gets shorter and shorter. And what else happens very often? When you do this, especially with the younger horses, the horses aren't strong enough in their backs yet, you start losing the rhythm of the